Rapper and huge fan Drake is going to have his hands full trying to incorporate this name, Giannis Antetokounmpo, into his latest song. After all, hoops champions have often made the cut for Drake. The Greek Freak and the Milwaukee Bucks are the latest. We begin our 5-on-5 with the NBA champions. I said it last week on the show, the finals weren't done. Even though Phoenix opened with 2 straight victories, the Bucks closed the series with 4 in a row, highlighted by a memorable Game 6 performance from the finals MVP himself. The Greek Freak nets 50 points, hauls in 14 rebounds, and adds 5 blocks in a 105-98 win, delivering the Bucks their second championship as a franchise and first in 50 years. The last one came when New York City great Lou Alcindor, a.k.a. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, was the big man at the center of it all. We go inside the locker room for the star of the hour this time around.
I started playing basketball just to, help my family. Try to get them out of the struggle, the challenges we were facing when we were kids. But man, I never thought, I'm going to be 26 years old, with my team playing the NBA finals, just playing. And I was just happy just being a part, not even winning, just being a part of this journey, but I never thought ever when I'll be 26, I'll be sitting in this chair with this right here and this right here. Man, we've come a long way.
Well, maybe never in his wildest dreams, but crazy things happen in sports all the time. That's good enough to headline number 5 on the front end. And since we are sticking with never in your wildest dreams as the theme here, how about the U.S. men's basketball team at number 4? The win streak is over. Never in my wildest dreams. We've moved so far away from the dream team, folks. France beats Team USA. To them, beating the United States again wasn't really a surprise either, and that might be the biggest indicator yet that the Americans, even after 3 consecutive Olympic gold medals, are no longer feared by other top international teams. A 25-game Olympic winning streak for the U.S. is over, ending Sunday when France closed the game on a 16-2 run to beat the Americans 83-76 in the Tokyo Games. We shift gears to baseball, where the Mets have added a nice veteran to their pitching staff before the trade deadline, acquiring lefty Rich Hill. Here's more with the newest Met.
I was a little surprised, I think, with the trade, but after talking, with Eric Neander and Kevin Cash and understanding where they were going as an organization, and it made sense. And coming here to be a Met, this is something that's it's just a great honor, and looking forward to it. We're in a great position to do some things this year, and the main goal is to win the World Series. So continue with those winning ways.
The Amazons have had a knack for magic this season so far. Jeff McNeil talked about slugger Pete Alonso and the atmosphere at Citi Field, both in the dugout and in the clubhouse, which is translating into success for the club in the win column.
It's a lot of fun, and I think when Pete comes up in that situation, I'm beginning to expect a home run there. I mean, he's been swinging the bat really well and is a big situation. I think he saw it lefty pretty well the other day. So it's always fun watching him hit, and he's just a tremendous hitter, and just love watching him do his thing.
Meantime, the Yankees just can't seem to solve their rivals, the Boston Red Sox. They drop another series last weekend, the latest at Fenway Park. And what makes this one even worse are all the meltdown games between the Yankees and the Red Sox for the Yanks this year, like Sunday's no-hitter in the 8th for the Yanks that ended up becoming a come-from-behind win for the Sox. Here's more from the Yankees clubhouse.
Really tough one, obviously. Domingo was terrific. A tough one that we've got to get past, and obviously heading into an off day and a huge series coming up with Tampa. But yeah, another extremely tough one. These guys have handled and dealt with adversity. We've dealt with it in this series and bounced back, and I know we'll do it again.
I mean, it's a tough one for sure. Especially playing against a good team who's on top of the division. You want to, try and get any win you can. But at the end of the day, it's baseball. Those things happen. We got to find a way to bounce back. We still got some big games coming up in Tampa and on the rest of this road trip. So, again, an unfortunate loss, but we got to turn our attention to what's ahead.
In at number 1 on the front end of 5 on 5, some better news for one of our favorite racing series. IndyCar and NBC Sports announced a multi-year extension of their media rights agreement. NBC Sports will continue to be the exclusive home of the Indianapolis 500, the greatest spectacle in racing, and will provide coverage of all NTT IndyCar Series races. The NTT IndyCar Series will see a significant increase in network exposure in 2022, with 13 races broadcast on NBC. Here's the latest.
We're very excited about it. We think it's a growing property. Our numbers following this year's Indy 500 were the highest since 2016, the 100th anniversary. The overall ratings growth 30% year over year of IndyCar. You don't see a lot of sports throwing up that kind of increase anywhere. So we felt very fortunate that we were with the right partners and with the right people.
There are 5 stories that you may have missed. We'll count up to 5 on the back end, of course, of 5 on 5 as we focus on the weekend and the week ahead here on BronxNet's Open. In at number 1, the Yankees, coming off a key series with Tampa Bay, will be in Miami to face Derek Jeter's Marlins this weekend. The Bronx Bombers need all the wins they can get in a tight American League East. August looms very large in the playoff race for the Bronx Bombers. The Mets are home to face Cincinnati this weekend. They grabbed the 2 spot here on the back end of 5 on 5. The Reds have 50-plus wins themselves, and like the Mets, are fighting daily in a tough division in the National League. The Milwaukee Brewers have been absolutely amazing. Must be something in the water in Milwaukee this year. At number 3, UFC Fight Night goes down Saturday night. Uriah Hall versus Sean Strickland headlines the evening as the 2 middleweights square off in the main event. Some great cards of late courtesy of the UFC. In at number 4, Formula One is back on the grid for the Hungarian Grand Prix this Sunday. A dramatic and controversial British GP has ignited the title fight between Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen, both in terms of the drivers involved and in the standings too. F1 can't miss TV this weekend, 9 a.m. this Sunday on ESPN. And last but certainly not least, the final week of the Olympic Games in Tokyo will be underway. The action goes through August 8th. Try and sneak in some of those games this weekend. Go USA! In this C-list, we celebrate the life of someone very dear to us at BronxNet. These days have at times been very difficult to process. Life as we know it is slowly coming back, but at the same time you realize so much has changed. Here at BronxNet, we love creating and being part of your communities. We live in these communities. They are home to us as much as they are home to you. The people behind these lenses are what make your voice and your views come to life. They are also the guiding light for future generations through our programs that not only teach how to make TV, but provide real-life opportunities for so many to do so. It is with great sadness that we say goodbye to Marisa White, a champion of what makes BronxNet, BronxNet. She passed away last week at the very young age of 54, another casualty of cancer. Marisa helped so many aspiring students start their careers in this very difficult industry. She was an incredible mentor and most recently a professor at Lehman College right here in the Bronx. She helped this sports guy find his way, and the same with the gentleman editing this video, Chris Pusateri. She was a longtime producer and director of BronxNet, going on to win an Emmy for Best of Bronx. Away from the studio, she was also a great mom and wife, leaving behind 2 daughters and her husband. To us, she was not only great at making TV great, but she was an amazing friend. You see, when you create art, you touch the lives of so many. That impact is even more reaching when you add in the component of teaching art. Marisa, we'll miss you dearly, but we know your spirit lives on through all of us. I'm Bobby C.